It is once again a beautiful Thursday. This special Thursday, we look at some of the activities that took place over the weekend and ushering into the new weekend. The last Thursday for the month of March, we are entering in the new month of April. A lot of activities are expected. A lot of tournaments are expected. It is a good news. Government has lifted all the restriction pertaining to COVID-19. Means sporting codes, even those that were not allowed to practice the activities. Sporting codes, some of their programs, some of their levels, some of the different levels were also not allowed to practice their programs. So they have been given a green light. What does that mean for some of the sporting codes? We'll touch on that. And of course, one of the growing sport in the country, table tennis, after 2 years ago, we once reported that they were suspended as an association for lack of tournaments and for lack of proving that they are really an affiliate of the Eswatini Sport Council and association in the country. They look to be back in their form, as we'll be listening to, you'll be talking to Zulu, Pesi Zulu, the association's president, in the company of the executive member at Dlamini. We hear what they're planning, how is the competition calendar looking like for the Eswatini table tennis. Otherwise, the weekend, this past weekend, it was once again a bumper show for the under the Athletic Association. First activity on their calendar under the Athletic Association. Of course, the likes of Ngulule Gugama, as you can see in the UEDF outfit, they were leading the score of the 21 kilometers over the weekend that took place within the Lubamba and Ezurine area. We get to know what happened, and the winners of the day will also tell us what went on over the weekend. Now, otherwise, netball, we've been talking about a preseason tournament where they started the preseason tournament towards the end of February. We're entering April this coming Friday, so we will now be getting their reaction to say the league is near, the league is close. How are the teams reacting? For Techball, it was once again monthly series that continued. For the Eswatini Premier League, we'll talk about M10 Premier League games. The games resumed this past Wednesday. Some of the heavy guns were involved in actions, including Wanderers and Mbabane Swallows, failing to get 3 points. These guys, about 6 players are from the national team, Young Buffaloes, but they were able to register 5 goals in front of Wanderers, Western Wanderers at Mavuso Sports Center. We'll get to know what happened. I'll be then in the company of Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst. But for now, Zulu, Percy, and Dlamini from Table Tennis are already in my company. Just sit tight. Different platforms where you can watch us through our Eswatini TV app, on YouTube, and wherever you are in the comfort of your seat through Skuchan. Nguvusele Zulu. Yes, nguvusele Ngozi.
Siyavusela nonke babukele emakhaya.
All right. Ngithi nzenzaba yenu kancane babezulu ukuthi about 2 years ago Sport Council through their annual general meeting bathatha sinyathelo ukuthi cha vele ngathi you were not that active then. Banisuspenda by the fact of ukuthi not enough tournament, beningakukhombise vele ukuthi you are active as a federation. But it's funny how the things have changed now. You are given once again a license ukuthi ninga practice of the sport in the country. So recently you're part of the sporting cause ukuthi they introduced a facility at Ngwenya Town Board. You were there, you spoke, we listened to you. So far, the improvement in the under your leadership Zulu as president of table tennis.
Yes, bonge sibaka table tennis ekuthola lethuba msakade. Lithuba lelihle sitochazele eMaswati ukuthi table tennis imephi. Ushito ukuthi sike sema cha simile sase sesiphinze siqalela phansi. Asiqalela phansi kwethu ke sihambile safika la sikhona khona nyalo. Okusho ukuthi kuhamba kwethu bese sasebenza kakhulu ngepaperwork. Kokuthi sisethe kahle ama foundations ethu ukuthi sikhona ukuthi konke lesikwendako sihambisane nayo imigomo yasekhaya neyasemaveni ngaphandle Africa nase Europe. So sigcine sikwendile ke lokho sakwenda kahle basi recognizewa ke kuqala sicale sa recognizewa imother body yethu National Sports and Recreation Council. Litiko la kababedlomo sase sesiphinze sirecognizewa ke Olympic yoga yes nakhona siyabonga nakhona baphinze basirecognize siphinze ke sachubeka ke emsakati solo sendale ukuthola indlela zokuxhumana nalamanye emave lengesheya la siphethwe khona ka-ITTF, which is the International Federation. Lapho ke nakhona basemukela ngetandla totimbili sesi-affiliate yakhona. Saphinze ke sa-affiliate to the African Table Tennis Federation. Sa nakhona basemukela ngetandla totimbili. Siphinze ke sa-affiliate ku Region 5. Kusho ukuthi ke la lekubuke ama games la eSouthern Africa nakhona sesikhona khona. Kwanyalo singasho ukuthi ikhona ingqubekela phambili. Lapha ekhaya ke sikhonile ukuthi sizame ukuthi sikube netikola lesi sitibukako ukuthi singathi khona ukuthi idlalisa yini. Hlanhla leyo ke tikola tisemukele ngetandla totimbili nakhona. Tikola nje lesibenato lesikhonile ukuthi silese coach lapho sibabeke khona coach lesimbeke enjabulweni kaManzini ngibabe Nxumalo Sabelo, and then bese khona lo la ka Boys eMbabane nakhona coach ngibabe waNxumalo naye ngibona basita for now. But ke sisatozama ngako bona labo tihlobo tethu tale ngaphandle ukuthi siphakamise le pool yethu yabo coach nabo Rafaela Even ngoba so far kusete laba qualified laba bangathi banga.
Yes, for the interest of time, Babe, I will try to catch you and also bring in some other questions. Babe, I mean, you are in charge of Singashogusi Competitions Commission. Ngorobuge Lushangusini would see Lama tournaments under the Federation Hambajan so far. I calendar year Singashogusi 2021 being a CEO, they be busy, but for 2022, Nimeganjana, I mean, Sibonangelo Lobutle Gwendegid, a town Gwenya town port. Ben Kona introduction of the sport to the young and to the old, and it was a clear moment. Would see you've been also mentioning would see Gianetula sometimes would see women facility to any other area, but now it's set to done ila Ngwenya port. How is the calendar looking like for you as a federation?
As long ema games isisete kwanyalo, ema games isisato waqala kule weekend nje into besatokhuluma ngayo ngikhathi satoba ne-AGM yethu yeqala la sitohlangana khona sibukisane khona ukuthi siqala nini siqala kanjani indlela leya embili ithini kopha vele kuqinisa kahle vele simisele kakhulu nje kuqala le phasi kuma grassroots ma under 13 under 15 under 17 kulabantwana abasetikolweni because ngilabula leli kulisasa lethu and akusibobona laba setikolweni kuphela nase community. But yes, sisatoa beke ama tournaments kusete ama tournaments la khona for this coming calendar, but yes, hopefully after our meeting Saturday ema tournaments sitocala swadlale ngoba naku vele ses affiliated with all the mother bodies. So
I'm thinking, good see, when you look at sporting codes, like even in terms of any sporting codes, you can say they are attached with a specific sponsor, no different stockholder. Ebola ni bana MTN. I think nabo different sporting stakeholders, including Royal Insurance Corporation, nabo netball, kunenhlonhlo, nini as table tennis singakakhulume lama grants leniyathola kwa sport council lokuncane lebanika kona ukuthi nikhona kuphila nini kukhona yini ingaphandle ngaphandle either a stakeholder debakhona abonisita in terms of my finances ukuthi na tournament sesiyorganize nangu abantu basisekele ngemali. Do you have any connection with any company at the moment lesingasho ukuthi ibafakele okuncane ukuthi nikhona kuphila?
Cha, ngiyawubonga lo mbuto omsakathi. So far singasho ukuthi ngoba sisebantwana vele sisebancane. So far sisitwa ngilama mother bodies, sisitwa ngo sports council na iyoga. And then lenye grant lesithandza kuyithola siyithole from the mother body ITTF. Le mbuzo wesponsor ulukhunyana uthi singawusho nyalo umsakade because we still have to market ourselves even ukuthi si table tennis sendani nala I think nala ma companies atosibona lo ukuthi sendani sikuphi uyabona siya develop in sport so far ngicabanga ukuthi setawu vele sihamba sicela lapha nalapha ukuthi basiside emsakade.
Nkosi nawubuka ama figures live in terms of so far either lama legends la kuyadlala umdlalo njengabo babeZulu noma the current people within the federation sina i-crop yabo coach nasingathi namuhla kune 5 otikola kalavumisa.
Yes.
Bamfana bakhona bafuna ukufundiswa table tennis. I-crop yabo coach inele ukuthi singathi esimunye labantu 3 steps so next speak. I-crop yabo coach ingana.
Sisete i-crop yabo coach mphathi wami njalo ngishito sisatoqala. So first thing nje lesitoyenda kuba ne training yabo coach. Kuthi sitoqala ukuthi ama teams toqala ukufomisheke ama teams. Once ama teams zakafomishekile ke sitocela ukuthi ama teams ete nabo coach bese ke seseba train abo coach. Yes, sisete ipool yabo coach nyalo nje sisanalo babili kuphela laba sidako lapha nalapha. But nje no sisete ipool yabo coach lesinabo uthi singathatha 5 namhla simix emhlume no sisete.
Right. Before maybe we conclude the interview I think one the clear picture I think utabathuba lihle kakhulu nangabe khona lobukela kwanyalo lofise kunifakela okuncane maybe utabathuba ngasibuka i-table tennis lelithafula nje on its own the equipment sikhuluma equipment lenga cost amali sengikhuluma ukuthi in terms of maybe equipment fine khona lokukhona different areas khuluma ngabo ngwenya town board ukhuluma ngabo Olympia Africa likhona lethafula but nasingathi namuhla nasi sponsor sifuna kusukuma sithi now 10 wamathafula linye ethafula licosta malini table tennis
ngahleka ngathi ngisitholile umsakazi
approximately nje ungasho maybe usinike nje lesithombe ukuthi malini
itafula umsakazi ling 5000 lilinye umsakazi and then bese kwena net nemabhola and then I think the logo nje nasengifaka ke maybe la net nemabhola singaya ku 5500
so ukhulumela itafula lesingasebenzisa that is at an international level babeZulu nasingathi badlali bethu basebenzisana litafula nangaba if bangasuka la kuma Olympics singakhanza kusukusetshenziswa the same table.
Yes msakade lo mbuzo loyo tricky because lawa lesinawo nyana le matafula vele akasi fit for the international purposes.
Yes.
So lawa la dlala internationally sithe nasiyele emaveni siyobuka ukuthi table tennis idlala kanjani ale bo 30000 lilinye yes lala professional.
Some of the challenges we have is the equipment. But nasikhuluma le 5000 ngile normal enayo nje.
Ngile normal vele ngilelethu nje ekhaya ukuthi sikhona kufundisa abantu easy develop to.
Sinangakho nyalo maybe ngite kuwe Dlaminas competitions commission sinangakho amatafula in your mind nawukhumbula ukuthi tikhona tinzawo lapha even dihlukahlukene but sinangakho amatafula sikhulumela nyalo. Kuze ukuthi ngizama kunika umbukele sithombe ukuthi the sport sikuphi. So that nakusasa if sport cancel not to say ukuthi I wish that to happen iphinze ithathe sinyathelo ukuthi cha yatithini asenime kancane niphinze nihambe nilungise so that umbukela benesithombe ukuthi yatithini you are struggling because of different things are happening behind you. How many tables do we have?
Kuleli viki leliphelile laphelile singete 4 if I remember correctly linye sil distributor estegi lelinye satol distributor Matsamo. Yes lelinye litafula besinalo salishiya enjabulweni.
Okay.
Yes so vele matafula kahle seat
nasikhulumela la even nafuna matafula.
Hey
no those are the association facilities because khona itafula lise Olympia Africa angathi noma lenu noma la ioga
lethu nalo no ngicela kuyichaza kanje le matafula
Yes, Babizo.
matafula okay we just got
I'm sorry to cut you. While you're speaking, okay. I asked the technical team just to find a way to show the table that I'm talking. Ngifuna kunibukele sithombe ukuthi the tafula sikhuluma ngalo le cost 5,000 linjani. On top of that, bane serious concern ukuthi so far bana 4 tables within the association in the country. The entire country bana 4 tables. Ichubeka Babizo class, yes.
Yes, okay, sikule grant lesi sithandza kuyithola from the international board. Sizamile kungete matafula. Akhona lamanye amatafula lebeka khona from the previous nawo ke sikonile lo ukuthi bese sesiwangeta sizame lo ukuthi siwa distributed to some tindzawo lesibonako ukuthi tingaba ama anchor points ekutrain abadlali.
Alright. Nice one.
Vele msakati, to be honest with emaswatini siyalidzinga lolusito le sport lesi sikahle sibantwana siyabagcina abantwana bathole ama scholarships and all that. Sekuthi nje sithi ngakubambisana ukuze sitothuthuke vele.
All right, beautiful stuff. Before I let you go, Ngos, weekend AGM, annual general meeting, yes. Issues to touch on, nani hlangana over the weekend?
Issues to touch on. Hey, kusafute ezingetele elibandla lesinalo nje into yecala. Yes, icala siphelele. But kwahamba hey. Labanye basala endleleni ngalo nalokwa, so into nje ecala ku-AGM kucwasa lalaba sishodelako. Lenye ke into ke velele sitoyikhuluma tindzaba tabo gender. Gender basihlaba kakhulu ngayo. La namhlanje bekufuteke ngazulu manje uhamba with the female nanjani. Yabo. Singachamuki nje smart votes because lekhaya sababathi yabo table tennis smart votes kuphela kanti cha. Gender, yes, we need gender kakhulu gender. Sema rights abantwana, Child Protection Act. Tindwa letinye lesito besikhuluma ngato, letimcoka masidila nebantwana. Kufitwe kubona ukuthi umntwana umtreata kanjani ungazuthi khanze so sakaphatheke kabi. Those are some of the things lesito besikhuluma ngato Saturday.
Alright. Beautiful stuff. The annual general meeting for the Eswatini weekend where issues will be outlined for the sake of the sports growth. For being here and it's not your first time. We'll keep in touch and hopefully I can assure you that there will be someone from the station just to cover the AGM to get also the picture ukuthi vele malunga akhona ayawuhlonipha yini umhlangano akhona kuvetala imibuto akhona ku submit ama submissions stabe kusikhona. Thank you very much. We're hoping for a near competition. Lapho khona singaqala ukukhuluma ngendzaba ama national teams, international competition nabo kube khona over the weekend. There's two submissions that you made today, the issues of funds and the issues of competition. Sicabanga ukuthi khona lovile labukele ekhaya atibuta ukuthi anganisitha. Sicabanga ukuthi along the lines something might happen. Who knows? Otherwise, good job. Keep up the good work, Babezulu. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga kakhulu msakati.
Siyabonga kakhulu msakati.
The two legends, the two experienced table tennis administrators, of course, outlining some of the issues they have faced. Now they have an annual general meeting this coming weekend where they will touch on different issues, including gender equity, including also some of the issues on how to properly improve the standard of any table tennis who is at an early age as young as 5 or 6 or 7. Otherwise, a short break. When I come back, there will be a communication or rather a discussion with our in-house analyst in Dadlamin. I want to know what he thinks about this. The entire country of 2 million has got only 4 table tennis. It's a shame, but something needs to be done after the break.
Pay your TV license quickly and easily with MTN Momo. Simply dial *007 *3 hash and select option 8 for TV license. Enter your national ID number as your reference and the amount you wish to pay. Then enter your PIN to confirm your payment. Once your payment has been made, you'll receive a confirmation SMS of your payment. If you're a first-time payer, you get another SMS for your TV license. So legalize your entertainment from the comfort of your home. Pay your TV license the easy and convenient way with MTN Momo. Momo.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds, full of wonder. To make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Discover just how far you go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer, to have the royal experience in the kingdom.
Already still with you, of course, on Temidlalo, as we touch on different issues pertaining to sporting activities in the country, where some of the things need to be addressed. We need to be loud enough. Nguvusele Nkosi.
Yeah, ngiyavusela Fabrice Sibalwami, ngikuthola lokho ngivusela imali yethu yasekhaya. Fabrice uma usenda le interviews, lama interviews nabo baka table tennis. Inhlito yami iyopha man. Iyopha sport lesikhulu emhlabeni. Sport lesinganyelwe inhlangano emhlabeni. Sport lekumele ukuthi ngabe sesithole ema sponsors, but you remember about a year ago or 2 years ago nabefikile sakhuluma ukuthi if ningakhona ukulungisa kahle clean kahle indlu yenu indaba nama challenges okuthola ama sponsors sekuthi kulesinye isikhathi sithi masibekisa ngema sports lamasha la khona kwenda tinvo tendeke bese kuba ngathi mhlambe sesithatha side noma sesithatha ihlangosi la
noma bathi khona lesikuthola
noma bathi khona lokudliwako kanti kude asengibekise nje ngibekise nge-tech ball about 2 years ago sinasifika le sport, but buka ukuthi almost lonke lidolobha kunelitafula. Onke lama teams la khona anematafula, Premier League teams anematafula. Sikhuluma ngelitafula over 20,000. Leli sikhuluma ngelitafula leli 5,000. So ngicabanga ukuthi letinye tinvo once nalungisa kuqala lendliyeni yaba clean, then batawuthi abantu batohlala nani phasi badlala etihlanzi discuss leto tinvo leto. Ngicabanga ukuthi ku AGM ngiyafisa kuya kule AGM lena, because ngifuna ukubona bamvu laba serious ngikuthuthukisa le sport, bantu laba serious ngikuthatha i-table tennis bayise phambili.
Master, it's loud and clear. It's a shame, but it needs to be addressed, it needs to be discussed. And I think Zulu has been at the helms of this team, of this federation for long. And Master, is it maybe the problem of not being able to approach sponsors as an executive, or Maswati now lahlele khona khona funa titshele ukuthi etsini ukhona la ngakusetela i-table tennis? Normally the association has to chase for themselves.
Udzinga kwenda i-decision le bold. Isido yachubeka nale sport or uvela ushare pass. Fabrice, okay, ngicela ukukhuluma naye lenye indzaba. Ngiyathi ukuthi ama-associations ngiqumbi vele ayafakwa le pressure kuthiwe tindzaba tabo gender equity tonke le tinvo leto, but awudzingi bamvu labeta bafike bangasebenti. As much as sifuna ukubalansisa, angeke nje uthathe umumvu lo singalo sesiyagcwalisa tinombolo kumele kube nabo sizo siyagcwalisa lo mumvu akusukela ngekhathi enhlitweni kuye athi I want to be part of the sport, I want to develop the sport, siye phambili.
It's a shame because when you sit then you look at the sporting cause we have and uyatibuta ukuthi finally ngisiphi sport sitawugcina sithi we're excelling in it, because nasekhuluma iqiniso kahle kahle sizameka nenge ebholeni kukhona ama-labs lesisolo siyahlekela. Now table tennis, stickball is so far doing wonders like you mentioned, but I hope there is something that
Until we professionalize the sport.
The
Vele
sport
vele kutawuchubeka kube kanje. If a sport singasekho professional,
kube nemidlalo odlala i-volleyball, basketball ne-football at the same time.
ukhohlwa ngaloko. Sifuna Fabrice ukuthi kule professional engikhuluma ngayo mina umva aphile ngale sport. Athole umumvu isalary, basic salary through sports. If kungangendekile tinvo lethu ngicabanga ukuthi we have long way to go.
Talking about basic salary, there was a marathon over the weekend, the first annual, Athletic Association half marathon, 21 kilometers being the longest distance. Former DPM, of course, Lamine also being at the scene at as early as 6 in the morning, as we can see, Master. We'll touch on the issues of salaries later on, but look at the numbers. They hit the target. The plan was for the association, which at least about 500. And look at the numbers. It's quite amazing. Bandu Vere, they follow and they attend all this type of sporting codes. Athletics, it's one of the most loved sporting codes. Comedians, Bondosh, Bebakona. How big was this event for you now?
A very big event. Ngicabanga Athletics Association, they are one of associations la khona ukubamba bamvu labanengi they ngicabanga ukuthi le tinombolo tiyatikhulumela because beba target about 500 webamvu baphuma ke even nebamvu labakhulu even bebaphumile betekto ba part of yona le race lena behlukeneke kabili eFabrice bekune 10 kune 21 kilometers le 21 kilometers cishe ngiyo le yayi ithathe emehlo kakhulu because beyihamba and ukathakalele tingijima mntala ekhaya including ngibona bonkululeko so nayisahamba la ndleleni yes ngicabanga ukuthi weather yabavuma ekseni kakhulu because uyabona ukuthi tinvo ngicabanga ukuthi nalokusheshe baqale nakhona lapho kuyabavuma le 21 kilometers Fabrice beyihamba isuka khona eOlympic Africa igege ngale ngabolangeni ishaye ePolar Park la kunabona khuza khona bo TNJ khona itengala ezulwini community school yenyukele khona ishaye khona phinze buyele futhi eOlympic Africa. So ngicabanga ukuthi akusiyo i-race lebeyineti ima-hills lamanengi kakhulu hence nabo laba lesibajwayele bawina vele ba-enjoya la ukuthi khona ama-hills kakhulu ngicabanga ukuthi the competition is there but I'm Fabrice worried into lengiworried ngayo we concentrate kakhulu kuma-sprinters kanzi le nangibuka mina lama road races sinayo talent lengafike ithole imedal ku the biggest stage emhlabeni.
That's the talent.
That's the talent. Nkululeko is one of le talent alenkhuluma ngalo. South Africa Caster Semenya udume kakhulu akasiyo umlogijima 100 meters 200 meters. Varnike akusiyo umlogijima okay uyagijima 200 meters but lo kumdumisa kakhulu 400 meters. So 800, if 800 so if nathi singa concentrate kakhulu in Kenya bathume kakhulu ngathi bashaya marathon so nathi asesiconcentrate kakhulu kuloko angisho ukuthi silahlele naba labagijima lama sprint but sithole indlela ekubalansisa le tinvo leto because labanenge abamati inkululeko bayamati because we sometimes talk about him but if the association
Buga the clubs, Master. Nangibuka from the t-shirts, the outfits of Lama athletes. Njenganguleko kama umbona la from behind. That's UEDF Eswatini. Umbuto Defense Force, Athletics Club, Subugabo, Swazi Slow Joes, Subugabo, TZ. This joining club as an athlete. How key the sporting clubs, lama athletes should also rely on their clubs. What's the role of the clubs, Master? Would see the road races in Chengama Olympics, Commonwealth Games. Now he's one of the best. We should see him taking part of my indoors championship or your Commonwealth Games. What should clubs do?
Fabrice invecala ama clubs lekumele ukuthi akwende kakhulu ukuthi provide konke lokuthengwa lama athletes. Ukhuluma ngemateke gijima, ukhuluma ngekit lekumele ukuthi bayifake tonke leti info leti. Bese ke Fabrice sebenta show ukuthi labamvu lokutrainer kwabo, because if you want to motivate your athlete, make sure ukuthi even ibe khona le training allowance. Lo muntu atokhothateka lokuthi ayele ejimini ajime ummonite uyabona bese soyamprovide ngathi tonke leti into, because even na training emanti kanje uyawadzinga lama water point uyawadzinga, hayi ku competition kuphela. So ngicabanga ukuthi tonke leti info lethu i-uniform some of ama teams uyawabona Fabrice ukuthi akhona ayagcoka, ukhuluma ngabo bo slow shows, ukhuluma ngabo bona bo TZD, cishe uyabona ukuthi bayagcoka labamvu kuyabonakala bahle. So ngicabanga ukuthi onke lama clubs kudinga ukuthi motivate ama athletes abo. Ngululeke is one of the best in the kingdom, one of the best, because so udominatile, and last year what dominator even nana race lebe ikhona lamba 1 half marathon lebe ikhona lamba 1 what dominator wahamba kwa emlilwane resolution run wadominator nakhona. So ngicabanga ukuthi ngileto dinto leto ledingeka ukuthi our athletes so respect.
Master, there's something I want to touch on before we look at the lady in blue that some girls see at Fala, the lady who has been dominating. She actually, every time I've conducted an interview, she reminds me, I'm a mother of 2. Yeah, that's, she always says, I'm a mother of 2. But look how fit she is. She's dominating the female category. But Master, nangbuka ma records, gule babane marathon, half marathon, what's in 1 hour 17 minutes.
Yeah.
This one, say athletics association esolobama ngoba 1 hour 15 minutes. So improving at 2 seconds. Lokho kube the distance la ihambile noma, because nasikhuluma ngare race yasembabane nare race yaselobama akufani in terms of
the hills.
Does it apply, or the athletes vele sothi lungiselele nyalo ufit?
Kutinkrele timvo leti contributor kuloko Fabrice. One, besibuya COVID bebangagijimi for 2 years kuma road races. Number 2, langa la le race le ikhona lambabane vele the hills cishe bekakhona amanyendana. 3, ma preparations, because njoba sisho ukuthi uyigijimile imbabane half marathon wahamba waya na sport in South Africa wabuya wagijima yona emlilwane resolution run. So ngicabanga ukuthi le ma preparations leti into tonke leti lesikhathi nje lokuthi sibe better, because embabane njoba usho ukuthi washa 1 hour 20 minutes ngala uyabuya nyalo usha 1 hour 17 minutes. Siya improve. So ngicabanga ukuthi ku next race at least targeta 1 hour 14 minutes or 1 hour 10 or sub 10. That ngicabanga ukuthi lokho kutaba perfect kakhulu for him.
All right, Ngululeko Gama, only aged 28, he was the winner of the day, and he was in the company of Samgelsiwe Atfala, the winner of the day under the female category, also 21 kilometers. Let's listen to the 2 athletes, what they had to say after the victory.
Erochile besihamba kuyochabe kahle kakhulu, so bekunalabo flat amancane lamahili, so but nje ngaloko ukuthi kube kungumdlalo ke wesibili eminyakeni, so besinako lokwesabana sisagijima hey maybe lo munye ufit kunalomunye, but nje hayi kugijimekile.
Le race lena beyingcono kunawo onke nama race beyigijimeka beyide ma hills kakhulu. Yes, I was able to push. No, ngizamile kulungiselela isikhathi ngisitholile lesanele bese kungaba kudlala kwami, but nje ngisitholile isikhathi esanele sekudilungiselela.
I-competition yekuqala under athletics kulomnyaka, siyajabula futhi nasibuka i-attendance sikhonile ku meter lo 500 levels vele simtargetile, and sinako lokho ukuthi vele sitawuchubeka sikhule nawubuka siyajabula kakhulu nema clubs la phuma ngetingane ukuthi siwende lo msebenzi sibambisene nawo nato tingijimi letikhona. Siyakhutsata ke vele lokho ukuthi tintfo lesesitidla nalesinjani vele tiyasifuna ukuthi siwushukumise lo mtimba kuze sikhone ukuthi sibe sivele sihlala siphilile.
They have it. Those are the two winners in the cabinet of the president, Zakele Dlamini, who also expressed good. As an association, they were quite happy. They were quite excited about the numbers, about the standard, the leadership, everything that was displayed during the half marathon that organized by the association. Otherwise, moving on, Tekball, one of the dominating sport currently in the country, moving fast. There is no break for the association. We'll talk about that. But over the weekend, monthly series took a place at the Mavuso Sports Center. But when they got master over the weekend?
It's a club Tekball tour. Kuhamba nje onke lama clubs la registered under I Tekball association. Adlala ile njoba sisho it's a tour yalama teams bekudlalwa ke the first 3 months adlala eMavuso then lalamanye tawushintsha babane manzini tonke letinvo lethu so nge weekend bekuchubeka yona ke njoba ngisho ukuthi idlalwa every month end iyadlalwa this tournament njoba ngisho ukuthi ifaka ema teams la ngaphasi sadlala yona I-Tekball because kuqale ema mixed doubles lapho khona kudlala i-male ne-female versus a male and female yadlala kwasese kutawona ema singles lapho khona ema singles sibonene badlali baka Premier League bo Mike Dombo lo dlala iqembu le Denver Sundowns bo Nzabanzaba there is Mike Dombo lo dlale kahle kakhulu because bekuyi tournament yakhe ekuqala Mike Dombo le but relaxed ama mistakes la wendile bekamancane kakhulu uyakhombisa ukuthi I technique ikhona kuye so ngicabanga ukuthi njoba sasho nasafika le sport ukuthi system to improve I technique kubadlali Nzabanzaba banele Nzabanzaba from Babana Highlanders beka khona Rio bathi ngilindani wakamatsenjwa Babana Highlanders because he still registered under Babana Highlanders abeka khona abeyadlala and Rio ke kulama singles wafika ku final yale tournament lena on the day ngicabanga ukuthi naye wadlala kahle kakhulu because sesithi isikhathi ema fans ngale ebholeni angamboni but wadlala wagcina afikele ku final and le final yakhe tough kakhulu tough kakhulu uyambona ukuthi abetitshelile ukuthi uTekto yiwina le tournament lena Nzabanzaba wacetha ang number 3 so ngicabanga ukuthi tonke leti nangibanele Nzabanzaba one of ema best players la khona ku lengwabonile kule tournament lena yena Nzabanzaba steady uyayireturn ibhola kahle wenda tonke tinvo kahle and the tricks and flares lahla bawenda boTharibo uyakhona ukuthi awabambe so ngicabanga ukuthi badlalile
badlalile players were there your Nzabanzaba talk about also your Mike Dombo kufanele vele winner ngoba umkhaya. Now let's look at some of the athletes of the day who were presented with the Nyambona Dio Matsenjwa there Nyambona Tharibo also Ematekas.
Yes Tharibo won ema singles Rio waba number 2 Sticker banele Nzabanzaba waba number 3 so ngicabanga ukuthi member bana Highlanders on the day yadlala and bebabuye ejimini laba straight from Babana Highlanders training beta batodlala yona Tekball badlala bafika number 3 Sticker runner up yena Rio Lindan Matsenjwa.
All right, looking at how they competed, the overall, as we can see, Tekball clubs to Sengos. Look at also the number 1 there on top of the screen, Banere Nzabanzaba, like you mentioned, and then the actual winner on the day, as you can see the road, if you follow Tharibo Bembe, the winner, talk about also Sisegelo Matsenjwa, talk about also how things were outlined on the day. I'm also seeing a bronze medal. I'm also seeing everything there. This is a beautiful job. Now, Master, before we go to another sporting cons, where to from here? Is it done for March or there's something we should expect soon in April?
Done for March because njoba ngisho usijala once a month. The next club tour it Mbabane so the mbabane teams ngicabanga sibona abantu aba more comfortable because lena beyikamanzini emavuso the mbabane teams including now ematekers atawudlala khona la embabane epark atawudlalela khona epark.
Utsini kule referees committee lapha nangubuka screen bayahleka but it should be very important.
Yes, Fabrice lo ubona umkhaya wakho Dombo. Yeah. Ma referees as a chief referee udinga ukuthi le briefing ibe khona before every tournament bathi ukuthi kubheke in kubo bathi kusizibani utawujudge maphi ama games, so ngicabanga ukuthi as a chief referee ngilomsebenzi lo lokubuka kakhulu ukuthi borafela kwenteka kanjani and tonke letinvu taborafela tipheleleni baya lapha ko judge tiphelele letinvu.
They have it. That is Nideta Amin, as you can see on the screen, of course, doing a beautiful job. The involvement, of course, in the association does apply as an expectation. Now, moving forward, we'll also listen to some of the, netball captains. Now, we know that from the end of February, the netball association introduced a pre-season tournament where clubs, both male and female, they reacted. They say the pre-season tournament was going to help them to polish up their mistakes in preparing for the season, the new netball season that begins this coming April. Now they were concluding some of the big games were taking place over the weekend. Before we get into that and analyzing what they had to say, let's listen to some of the captains from both teams, male and female, expressing how after playing in this preseason they are looking to perform in the upcoming netball season league.
And looking at the log here, the pre-season, seeing number 3, should see there's still room for improvement. So I think samele sibiyele ejimini kahle silungise lama mistakes lamancanyana particularly akadlaleka.
No, isithe kakhulu pre-season lena kakhulu yasitha thina sesebasha la kulomdlalo lona. So sizabuyisana nje siyakhopha kuyasitha kakhulu siyakhopha kula ama team la strong.
Well, bese ngasiko shape kahle since besihleli ekhaya isikhathi lesithe. So but we tried to ukuthi sizama ukuthi sitimolde into a better shape, but nje so far cishe sesengcono. Yes, we are still trying to put ourselves in shape right.
As a team sikhana sesilungele kahle for i-league because right nje konke bese sibene sekulungisa sekulungisile and namuhla sizokhona ukuthi velele bese sikhuluma ngejimini sakhona emigweni. Judging from what we did, ngicabanga ukuthi kufuna sejime kakhulu because siluzile game ye correctional, but sisenema games lasele lang 3 lesetawadlala nyalo. Ngicabanga ukuthi kufuna siphushe kuwo ukuze sikhone kuwina silele number 2 because nyalo correctional seyihlulile ngesakhona kubang number 1.
You've heard them. Those are the club representatives, of course, as they have been taking part of the club, the netball pre-season tournament, ensuring their polishing is going the right way. They're making sure that they get ready for the tournament. We get to get more reactions for them when the season nears, as we know that the netball season comes this coming April. As you can see, Master, quickly before we leave them, this is the correctional, one of the club that is Singasho would say they have taken the league for more than 7 times in a row, 8 times. I think Nangkara Usebenda Kuma Sport Master captain wow. Jabu Katwan.
Over 15 years.
Over 15 years. My first interview, I think, over the weekend in 2012, 11-12, she was already playing.
He was already there. I hate COVID. I hate COVID. Nawubuka sport senetball ngendlela lestileke ngayo kanzi kune cream kulama teams enetball sikhuluma ukuthi thina bese sikompita nema teams Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, Malawi but nangibuka ngalendlela iCovid lefika affecta ngayo inetball ngicabanga ukuthi itasithatha sikhashanyana nyalo because even some of lama players njengoba usho some of them vele sebadlala isikhathi lesithe ku netball.
Now, moving forward, MTN Premier League day, should I say day 19, proceeded over the weekend. As you can see on your screen, we have some of the biggest games that played over the weekend. Master, one would say, could be this be Mbabane Highlanders season. I mean, slowly but surely they are getting there. It doesn't mean, I would say 3-2, maybe it's a bad result. I'll give them 3 points, but look at in that Armed Forces derby, Royal Leopard held against Green Mamba 2-2. As we go through the results, Master.
Hey, in Royal Leopard itendele phasi kakhulu ku draw le game le. In fact, iGreen Mamba endele iMbabane Highlanders favor because le result lena ifavor kakhulu iMbabane Highlanders because I draw besho ukuthi iMbabane Highlanders inika le point ukuthi ibe ngetulu. But ngicabanga ukuthi one of ema teams Malandi Chiefs baqhubeka with that good run yabo labayithola ku league, more especially ku second round, and sebaqalile ke kuma social media bakhuluma ukuthi the greatest escape ku relegation Malandi Chiefs ngendeka ukuthi siyibone this season.
Not in a bad way, Master. We'll get into the game Mbabane Swallows against Meeting Hospitals, but Highlanders fans bangfanisela na balance ba 3 Lions England. Bashishe bathi hey,
football is coming
home. Why can't we wait for the team to lift the trophy? This is
I don't know if it's a coincidence ukuthi both teams inhlito yakho angadi, but ngicabanga ukuthi le nvo leyo ukhuluma through kutinvo lohamba kude, but anyways Fabrice, igame njoba usho ukuthi ema games ladlalile Young Buffaloes shaye magoli amaningi, but igame eqala lidlalile khona eMavuso Sports Center Mbabane Swallows versus Meeting Hospitals. Abe maningi lama incidents.
Look at the free kick, Master. I mean,
beautiful goal, but ukhona lo but mkhulu. Ulisetha njani libonze lakho? Udipositiona kuphi?
So utsini ngangomishi kule free kick.
I think
I mean, look at the bench. These are absentees. Felix, Sandanezo, Usihlau, Nangu Sifiso Mabida, Nangu Tony. These are the injuries, except maybe from Sandanezo is from the national team. These are 4 key players. You miss them, chances are very 3 points. Is it an excuse enough?
Yeah, ingaba excuse, but still my players labeka khona ngicabanga ukuthi bekangayina again because bayitholile penalty. Bayitholile penalty. I understand why.
Who is the penalty taker?
Why ema players la njengabo Njabulo D40 Pupu basekhathe egroundini abayithatha penalty ayithatha Sandile. I'm not saying but logo kufakazela logo ukuthi ipenalty I can't remember the last time ashay penalty because belishaya Felix Felix ake kubakhona boPupu bakhona bonjabulo, but ngicabanga ukuthi idlaliwe le game Fabrice iMbabane Swallows. There are a lot of dineng letingoni letinhlangothi lecinga ukuthi batilungise kuze kuthi babuyele bakompetele for e-league.
A lot we talk about, of course, as you can see that Mbabane Swallows start. Maybe before we touch also touch on some of the other highlights of the game. But Master, as we look at the highlights, Lama issues are currently within the management and dressing room. Are they affecting the players? Because to some people, they feel like maybe they should be there should be a sweep. Because 7 to 8 players have been there for more than 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. But then Usatibuta would see Jawul, I think unesikhathi, we talk about Osandile unesikhathi, talk about a lot of players have got time here. Felix, is it time for a change, or they but a coach mbamba ukuthi bakona ushintsha team?
Fabrice, you can never
what a goal.
You can never cook a good meal if your ship is unsteady. You can never. You need stabilize your ship. Qala. Then amabhodo akho angeke azaceketela. Ngicabanga ukuthi kuMbabane Swallows over the past years besathi ukuthi iMbabane Swallows tonke letindzaba letihle vela ativeli. Kulamanye ama teams betivela. But ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona once baba sure ukuthi ngibalo tawulida le team as a coach udlalisa which style of play then badlali labantu abalanza bobani, because once ulanza labadzala phinze uyabakhokha uyabalanza uyabakhokha kude inyalo lolosho ukuthi Mbabane Swallows le stability kude so ngicabanga ukuthi once bangalungisa le tinto leto bese bathola ke njoba ngisho ukuthi the right players they need striker
All right.
a goal scorer lotabashayile amagoli.
Let's come back to the game. Look at that miss, Master. What's your take on that? Beautiful save by the keeper, the Meeting Hospice keeper. They missed on the day some of the key players. In that position, I think Felix should have changed a lot. If maybe in the case of penalty, I'd say maybe because I was story. But before we move to another game, Master, where do you see them finishing the season? I mean, Bakuruma would see, they still have a chance. Where do you see them in the top
Number
four?
four.
Number 4.
Yes.
So they can't.
Number 4.
All right.
Because there is Mbabane Islanders, they're doing very well. There is Royal Leopard, they're doing very well. There is Young Buffaloes, they're doing very well. I think Mbabane Swallows is number 4.
There's no Africa for Mbabane Swallows, according to Master, from the look of things. Talk about Young Buffaloes. On Wednesday, key players were with the national team in Bombela, like of Oda and other players. They were back and quickly they made their presence felt. Master, we look at that goal, but how do you organize your defense? Because is it an issue of maybe not knowing what you're doing in the field of play? I mean, look at this. It's an own goal, but the organization.
Before we sikhulume ngaleli goal Fabrice noma lama highlights. Look at the Young Buffaloes. Bathi tena baqala kabi. In fact, Young Buffaloes, you remember ukuthi solo hamba coach Dominic waya national team. Sabelo Mniz solo ukhona as a coach ku Young Buffaloes. So le technical bench kude lokushintsha
kakhulu. It's a handover nje.
Le handover is smooth. Sekunalabadlali ke bathi labadlali nabafika labadlali abancane bakhanze the senior players uyabona bafike bangena bajela kule team. So ngicabanga for Young Buffaloes lokuba steady kuyachubeka Sifiso every time angena ekhathe groundini uyasiphakamisa lesandla umbone ukuthi is that senior player lodlala ekhathe groundini but nje for Imanzini Wanderers lots of mistakes Palma ngicabanga ukuthi the way the team idlala ngakhona Fabrice
Their move maybe to introduce Coach Vilekaya Staikuluma maybe after the game, but that was the first goal. Fabrice Mopena.
Is he ready? Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi sokuthi nje lesinye isikhathi nawuthi uyakhuluma ngabo coach kuba ngathi umuntu une problem naye. Beka ready ukuthi angalida Imanzini Wanderers. In fact kule crisis lekuyo nyalo le ngagcina kubona
kanjena asesiphinde silibuke le goal Master, because there is a lot. I don't want to see was it done deliberately or he was looking for a header. On its own, it's a beautiful goal. It's a beautiful goal. There's nothing, don't take anything away from that. But was that done deliberately or it's from a kick, a corner kick, Master? Look at the cross.
Baningi kakhulu nalabadlali lapha na goalkeeper uyabona ukuthi badlali if le communication ingekho between your players noma ngaba khona lapha ekhathe boxini kude le Valentine njengoba ngisho ukuthi ngagcina kubona kusala akorel goal against nakhona le game leyo kusathi ngakuthi FIFA investigate because diningi le tinto anyways sila ku Young Buffaloes versus Manzini Wanderers ngicabanga ukuthi Young Buffaloes beyingashaya amagoli amaningi kakhulu kule game le nawubuka the chances laba creative beautiful goal Saviola ngicabanga in fact Fabrice ku the past 3 years Saviola ukore emagoli lendlulako ku 40. Consistency is very, very key. Over 40 goals lamshayile ku the past 3 years alone. Already nyalo una 12 goals. Last season washaya about 16 or 17 goals in number 10. So ngicabanga ukuthi tonke le tinto leto Fabrice yakhombisa i team loyibona ukuthi I consistency ikona, stability score le ngikhuluma ngaso mina. But ngala ku Manzini Wanderers ngicabanga ukuthi diningi letinto nabo lekudzinga ukuthi bake batibuke ukuthi banabo the right people to lead the team or sifakile nje ngalo siyawati emagama abozibani. So ngicabanga ukuthi letinto letikudzinga ukuthi batilungise kakhulu because Manzini Wanderers big brand ledzinga ukuhlonishwa ledzinga ukuthola the right people to lead the team.
Matsino Munye Manzini Wanderers, Barcelona Yalaka Eswatini, one of the biggest team in the land, in the kingdom of Eswatini. Beautiful things, Master. Nguvalis, Master. I think it was good to be with you. Biggest day tomorrow, draw for the World Cup. What's your expectations?
Hey, yeah, kusasa Fabrice siyakhumbula ukuthi kunema teams lang 5 la siqhamuka la Africa, ukhuluma ngeMorocco, ukhulume ngeGhana, ukhulume ngeSenegal, ukhulume ngeTunisia, ukhulume ngeCameroon. Bonke labo baya eQatar kule World Cup letawudlala eQatar, the first ever eMiddle East le World Cup ukuthi bekhona khona. Sikatsile ke kusasa ukuthi the African teams atawudrana nabo bani. Some of the big names abekho, Mohamed Salah akekho, Zlatan Ibrahimovic akekho, Haaland akekho, Sanchez wasechile akekho, James Rodriguez was akekho. So ngicabanga ukuthi Italy, the whole team ayikho. Yey emaTaliyane 2 World Cups solo akabi khona.
Sine njengelive laseSwatini lokwethu ngicabanga iAfcon 2023 that will be held in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast next year. Let's hope, having qualified for the group stages, the draw will also be conducted soon. We'll know who will face, but chances are we'll get the big guns. What should be done to develop the sport? This product, the Premier League, it's where we are relying. We've got only 2 so far international players in Manyovu and in Justice Figueredo. What can we do for the country? Otherwise, until we meet again, this is Temi Hlalo, this is Linda Dlamini, this is your sport team. Sidlala kamnasi.